Swapped. Edge is still at 250. Holy shit, Discord renderer. 460. Wait, is this like a trickery thing? Or is this a total in total? What the fuck is this?
These nerds write trading algorithms in Python, run market simulations in C++, and make so much money that even they will steal your girl. But what do they actually do? How the fuck do they make so much money? Why are they so much better at trading than humans? And how do you go from a socially awkward autistic mathlete to socially awkward autistic billionaire? Well, thank God for me, because I'm about to tell you.
That's my quant. What? My quantitative.
A quant is a nerd who uses advanced maths, stats, and computer science to predict, trade, and manipulate financial markets in order to make
Advanced maths.
massive money. Most quants work at hedge funds, investment banks, or proprietary trading firms, places like Citadel, Renaissance Technologies, Two Sigma, and Jane Street. And these guys pay. Top quant firms will pay fresh grads 200 to 400k straight out of uni. Sometimes even more if you've got that perfect combination of autism and genius. And again, same as I said in my hedge fund video, this is just the salary, the foreplay, the entree. The main course is the bonus. If your code prints cash, you're eating like a king. But now, real talk, what do they actually do?
They use mathematics, statistics, computer science to make money on the stock market.
Shut up, nerd, I'll take it from here. To start off, you need to know what different kinds of quants there are. It's the same as asking what does a doctor do? Well, are we talking about the ones that cut people open, stick a finger in your arm, or the ones that stare at vaginas all day? You see, there's no one answer, and the same's true for our nerds on the street. So let's dive in. First up, we've got the quantitative researcher. These guys are the creative nerds. They come up with ways to beat the market with maths. You can think of them as financial scientists. They cook up some idea, like using satellite images of car parks to figure out how good a quarter Walmart's going to have, or tracking cardboard box sales across the country and inferring how many deliveries FedEx is going to make this year. They gather the relevant data, and then they test their hypothesis. And this testing is known as backtest, where you have an algorithm or trading formula and you test its validity on historical data. Did the strategy work? No? Then get the fuck back to work. Oh, it did work. Great. Pass it on to the next nerd in the production line. Meet the quantitative developer. The previous nerd was the architect. This guy's the engineer, and more specifically, this guy's the computer whiz. These guys turn.
Here's the thing. We had a guy from Jane Street come talk to us. I actually asked him about this.
Across the country and inferring how many deliveries
He said this isn't the case.
FedEx is going to make.
He said like, it'd be on the floor, and it's highly collaborative, so they help each other around. But usually you would have like 3-4 people inventing and developing their own trading strategy. And these 4 people will be like, oh shit, I don't know how to do this. I go ask Jim over there, he's very good at optimizing AI algorithms. And then they borrow They borrow Jim for a bit. He helps them. He goes back to his own job. It's basically how they work, he said. There isn't this like pipeline of researchers that sends it to developers, that sends it to integration testing, and then to deployment. It doesn't work like this. You take like more ownership of your own idea, I guess. And they said like some people will work on their own entirely on one strategy.
This year. They gather the relevant data, and then they test their hypothesis. And this testing is known as a back test, where you have an algorithmal trading formula and you test its validity on historical data. Did the strategy work? No? Then get the fuck back to work. I'll do work. Great. Pass it on to the next node in the production line. Meet the quantitative developer. The previous node was the architect. This guy's the engineer. And more specifically, this guy's the computer whiz. These guys turn the tested strategies into actual strategies that get deployed in the real world. They go and take the dogshit code that the research nodes wrote and turn it into production grade, diamond quality, AAA rated, gold standard, money printing magic. Part of this magic making process is making sure it's fast, and literally every microsecond counts. Making sure it's scalable, so it can handle heavy loads, and making sure it can run 24/7. So, the money printer has started. Now it's time to sit back, sip margaritas, and let the money pour in, right? Wrong. Meet node 3, the quant trader. Imagine if Warren Buffett and some nerdy Asian lady had a baby. He would be a quant trader. These chads monitor the models, understand what they're doing in real time, and manually intervene if necessary. You can imagine the kinds of things models wouldn't account for. Things like COVID, Trump's tariffs, building demolitions, or a bunch of Reddit mids running GameStop. And finally, we've reached Young, the risk quant. These guys have had to come first in a national maths competition.
I got second in that national math competition.
Rather than make money, their job is to not lose money. These gigs simulate guys the reference models wouldn't account for. Things like COVID, Trump's tariffs, building demolitions, or a bunch of Reddit mids running up GameStop. And finally, we've reached Young, the risk quant. These guys have had to come first in a national maths competition.
I got second in that national math competition.
Rather than make money, their job is to not lose money. These gigs simulate worst case scenarios and build frameworks to try and catch things before they blow up. Okay, so quick. Quick recap. We've got maths nerds who come up with ideas. We've got the computer nerds who build the algos. We've got the hybrid nerds who wear Patagonia vests and have autism. And then we've got Young. Now, how do these nerds actually do what they do? The yin and yang of quant finance. Yin equals maths, yang equals computer science. Let's focus on the yin first. First up, we've got linear algebra, which is used for portfolio optimization, pricing models, and pretty much anything involving matrix manipulation. Everything. Then we've got probability and statistics, the bread and butter, which is used for risk modeling, forecasting, machine learning, and giving college kids nightmares and depression. Third, we have calculus, specifically stochastic calculus. I don't know what that means. If you want to know what it means, Google it yourself. But before you go researching, you should know that this guy on Reddit says we don't use stochastic modeling anymore. And since he's a top comment on this post, you know he's 100% correct. So we're actually going to cross this off the list. If you've never heard of it, unless you're under the age of 15, you're never going to be a quant. Plain and simple. You're either good at maths or you're not a quant. Now for the yang. Which programming languages do these guys use? First up, we've got Python. Anyone could guess this. Great for prototyping, backtesting, and data analysis with a bunch of great libraries like NumPy, Pandas, and scikit-learn. Then we've got trusty old C++. When you need speed, you've got to ditch Python and build everything from the ground up. Then you've got R, basically just Excel on steroids, mainly used by a bunch of old school academics and research nerds though. And then you're obviously going to need some SQL or SQL to query all your data. Now, I bet there's some of you nerds watching this video right now wanting to learn how to get these skills. Well, here's a bunch of the best books you can read to help you become a quant. These books will help you learn how to code. This book will help you understand options. This book is a biography on the best quant ever. This book will tell you all about high frequency trading. This book is a biography on the best quant ever. This book will tell you all about high frequency trading. These books are when you know how to code and are ready to go deeper. Right? These books and start learning. There's a massive difference between a rich nerd and a nerd.
You're broke!
I've also linked some of my favorite YouTube videos and accounts related to quant finance. Be sure to check them out. Now you know what skills you need, but how do you actually become a quant? Here's a quick question you can ask yourself to see if you have what it takes to be a quant. Do you have 2 or more of these traits? A. Are you Asian? B. Do you have autism? C. Do you have Asperger's? And D. Are you autistic? I promise you, if you don't have at least 2 of these traits, you will get absolutely crushed by someone who does. I'm obviously joking. At an absolute minimum, you need a degree in something male-dominated and nerdy as fuck. Pick from these. Now, I'm not saying an undergrad isn't enough, but quant-dominated and nerdy as fuck. Pick from these. Now, I'm not saying an undergrad isn't enough, but what if you quants have masters or PhDs? In saying this, some might argue that real experience and projects offer far more value to your employer than another degree. So start building shit. Backtest trading strategy on historical data. Enter a Kaggle competition. Sign up to Quant Connect and start building. Another idea? Build a trading algorithm around Kalshi. Kalshi's a website that's kind of like if you crossed a betting site with the stock market. But instead of betting on sports or roulette like a degenerate, you're making money on real-world events and across basically anything you want. So will Trump buy at least part of Greenland? Who's going to be the next pope? What's the highest temperature in New York City tomorrow? When's ChatGPT 5 going to drop? And a question we've all been asking for literally a decade: when will GTA 6 finally be released? Now, one of the major benefits of building a trading algo around Kalshi is that you're not competing with hedge funds on the stock market that have billions of dollars at stake. So if you get your algo right, there's actually a chance you might make some really good money while displaying a clear understanding of the fundamental aspects of what it's like to be a quant. Here's how you might do it. Start off by using an API to pull the current live market data. You want to pull info like contract title, current yes and no prices, volume, expiry date, and if available, historical outcomes. Now you need to grab some external data sets. So maybe you like the economics tab and you need to pull some data from Fred. Or maybe you're after weather and geopolitical data, which you might pull from NOAA, Kaggle datasets, or maybe even scraping Google News headlines. Then it's time to build your prediction model. Let's say you want to use news headlines and Twitter posts to figure out sentiment around Bitcoin's price. You might plug in OpenAI's API to determine sentiment across multiple data points. Or maybe you'll use linear regression and logistic regression to determine binary outcomes for things like inflation rates. Now it's time to backtest your model's traits. Use the historical Kalshi data that you collected in step 1 to simulate traits. And finally, package nicely so you can show people. Push the project to GitHub, write a short blog post, or make a YouTube video detailing the entire process. Maybe even deploy the application to a website publishing your predictions. This is the kind of project that will help you stand out. But anyways, make sure to check Kalshi out and use the link in the description because you get an extra $20 when you trade 100. Big thanks to Kalshi for supporting the channel. Now, one question you might have is how to split up the learning of skills. Which skills to focus on first or most? Well, it depends on what kind of quant you're wanting to be. Imagine you're playing a video game and you've got 10 XP points to split across these 3 areas: maths, coding, and finance. If you're wanting to be a researcher, you definitely want to max out mathematics, probably specializing in something like statistics. If you're wanting to be a developer, then you obviously need to max out coding, probably with a very heavy focus on C++ while still being pretty fantastic at Python. If you're wanting to be a trader, then it's maxing out finance. Start networking, make connections, learn the ins and outs of industries, and gain the deepest understanding possible of the underlying financial system behind your trades. Now, who are the big dogs in this crazy world of math nerds taking billion-dollar gambles? If you've already watched my hedge fund video, sorry for the repetition, but you literally cannot mention quant and not talk about the legend Jim Simon. I could make an entire video on this guy. Ex-NSA codebreaker during the Cold War, mathematics PhD and professor at Stony Brook University, wrote his dissertation on some bullshit about topology, and then decided at 40 to leave academia and start making some real cash. His fund, Renaissance Technologies, has earned average annual returns triple the size of Warren Buffett's for around 40 years now. He is the gangster, the king, the Don of Wall Street. Then you've got these other 2 gangsters, David Siegel and John Overdeck, who founded 2 Sigma. Siegel was building computers at like 12 and has degrees in computer science and engineering, while Overdeck is a Stanford maths prodigy and won a silver medal in the International Nerd Olympics. 2 Sigma now manages over $60 billion in assets. Anyways, if you want to know more about these guys or other Wall Street nerds, go Google them yourselves. I'm sick of talking about these rich nerds because while I'm sitting here poor as shit. Thanks for watching the video. I'm going to pump out far more in the future. Stick around, keep watching, like, comment, and subscribe. I love you all.
Ever made. And during the building phase. Pausia has an advantageous setup in the inner spin jump, so naturally she adds this crossbow to make a variant of the setup, one that is overwhelmingly difficult. Again, this is normally the time where Pausia's opponent would try to find a way to nerf the setup, but Raito chooses not to. Instead, he decides to make it way harder. In order to play until the far corner of this block, the finish. It is so difficult that Pausia decided to nerf her own setup, the one that benefits her. While it might seem crazy to take away your own advantage, Pausia is the 4th best player for a reason, and this move was exactly what she needed, allowing her to score in the next round. Let's zoom out for a second. In UCH, whoever has the most points after the last round wins the game. In casual games, you'll often see people make the level impossible as soon as they have a lead, guaranteeing their victory. For obvious reasons, this isn't allowed within the competitive scene. But it is possible to achieve something similar by either making the level so easy that both players make it to the finish and nobody scores, or making the level so difficult that nobody can make it to the end. This is known as stalling. This is generally considered a dishonorable thing to do, but it is allowed in tournament rule sets. Back to the game, and we see that this crossbow was placed during the building phase. When doing the setup before, having to worry about the timing of the arrow already made it extremely difficult, but now you have to worry about the timing of 2 arrows. This setup is so ridiculously hard that I wouldn't bet on any player in the world to be able to make it. Surely Pausia is stalling, right? Well, that's what I thought too, but this crossbow was placed down by Raito. Both players tried their best, but neither could score on such a difficult setup. On to the next build phase, and Raito places this. These wires make the setup so much more difficult that it makes the last round look like a joke. I'm the 5th ranked player in the world, and I couldn't even tell you how it's supposed to be done. Again, nobody manages to score. If the game continues like this and nobody scores, Pausia has the lead, so she wins. But this is so ridiculous that she decides to bomb this crossbow to make the setup more possible. That wasn't enough though, because Pausia nerfs it again. She doesn't care about winning with a strategy like this, she wants to win by making it to the finish. A very honorable way to play, but doing so opens up the path for Raito to score. Which is why what he did next will go down as the most confusing play of all time. This cannon is ridiculous, because in order to get past this setup, you need to enter the cannon, get shot out, immediately jump back, then, during the small amount of downtime before the cannon can shoot you again, you need to curve around to avoid this arrow and wall jump off this block here. Not only is this insanely mechanically intense, but you need to time when you enter the cannon perfectly so that the cannon is down during the moment you need to make the jump. To say that this is hard would be an understatement. But Raito is down by a point, and we're rapidly approaching the end of the game. Normally, you might expect to see Pausia make the map harder to stall out the match. But Pausia isn't stalling. Raito is. Raito is stalling against himself. I've been playing this game competitively for 7 years now. Nobody has seen more competitive UCH than I have, and I can say without a shadow of a doubt that this has never been done. This is crazy as is. But even crazier is what happens next. Despite being one of the most difficult setups I've ever seen in a tournament, Raito actually did it. Now against any other player, Raito would have just scored and tied the game up. But Pausia is one of the greatest players of all time, and to her, difficult is just a word. The match continues to play out. 4 turns left, Raito makes it harder, and nobody scores. 3 turns left, Raito makes it harder, and nobody scores. With just 2 rounds left, you guessed it, Raito makes it harder. The odds are stacked against him, but Raito is the type of player that comes along once in a generation. It doesn't matter what you place down, because he can rise up to match it. Despite the overwhelming difficulty, Raito scored. And this time, Pausia didn't manage to answer back. Somehow, Raito clawed his way back and tied up the game with just 1 turn left. And now, he has all the momentum. He just scored, so he could do nothing and probably win. But Raito, again, made the map harder. He made it so hard that neither player scored, and the game ended in a tie. In UCH tournaments, anytime there's a tie, we handle them by saving the map and continuing to play on. But with a twist. Every item is disabled, except for dynamite, and the regular scoring rules don't apply. Normally, in order to score a point, you need to be the only player to make it to the finish. But in tiebreakers, you just need to be the first. Even if both players make it, the first player to touch the flag wins. With these new rules, and all the pressure in the world resting atop the shoulders of these 2 players, the tiebreaker started. Raito loses his first life right away. Already at a disadvantage, he speeds it up, but the nerves are starting to hit. Another life down. And again, an early mistake, Raito is on to his last life while Pausia has lost none. With only 1 life left, it's unlikely that Raito can get past the hardest section in the end, so for Pausia, taking your time is the best move, right? Well, in UCH, there's a valuable lesson to be learned. You can learn it the hard way, or you can learn it right now. No matter how good you think he is, Raito is better. This is my favorite set of all time. No matter how much I think I know, there will always be someone like Raito who can flip my understanding of the game on its head. When I first watched this, I couldn't make any sense of it. Making the map more difficult to that extent when you're losing is unheard of. But when I spent more time thinking, it started to make sense. I hope you can bear with me on this, because the underlying reason for why Raito built like that is fascinating. Above all else, the most fundamental aspect of all strategy in UCH is understanding what it is that makes you good. Most people see this as placing setups that you're good at, but it goes a lot deeper. Raito is good because if every player in the world played at their absolute best, he would come out on top. This doesn't mean he's the best player in the world, because he can't consistently play at 100%, but this high peak makes him capable of doing mechanically difficult things that other top players simply can't. As things get harder, other players get less likely to clear it faster than Raito does. So when he makes the level unreasonably difficult, sure, he is lowering the chance that he scores, but he's increasing the gap between the chance of him scoring and the chance of his opponent scoring. If any other player in the world built the way that Raito did, they would have been stalling against themselves. But for Raito, it made complete sense. The beauty of this strategy comes from the fact that Raito is the only player who can do it.
Also, surprisingly nice video. Or fun video, I guess.
Ultimate Chicken Horse is not like Celeste. It isn't like Mario Maker, and it isn't like Super Meat Boy. Ultimate Chicken Horse is like chess. That probably sounds crazy, but let me explain. To make sure we're on the same page, in Ultimate Chicken Horse, you play 12 rounds. At the start of each round, you pick an item from a box and place it on the map. Then, you play the map trying to make it to the finish. If you make it to the finish and your opponent doesn't, you get a point, and whoever gets the most points wins. To explain why UCH is like chess, I want to tell you a story. And to tell you this story, we need
Divi is an app for both Mac and Windows that will transform the way you organize your workspace. Simply select a window, then use the unique Divi grid to quickly and access Divi with shortcuts to further speed up your window. See what Divi can do for you. Divi is designed in seconds to quickly and easily put this window into place.
When you're using multiple windows on your Mac, it can position your windows with simple keyboard shortcuts, or by using a handy menu. Up will work its magic to help wrangle your windows into space at the edges of your screen.
need to go back in time to a tournament that I entered in April of 2020. I was playing in the final set of the tournament. My opponent had won 2 games, and I had won 2 games, so the winner of this game wins the tournament. Me and my opponent were complete opposites. I was known for being able to get through extremely difficult setups, but I lacked consistency. My opponent, on the other hand, didn't have the same level of mechanical skill, but he was much more consistent. We both had clear win conditions. If I can place just one extremely difficult setup, then the game is mine. My opponent's goal, on the other hand, is to prevent me from concentrating the difficulty in one spot, and instead try to create many easier setups spread throughout the level, a situation where the more consistent player will thrive. It was time for the final game. When we were playing, it was clear that he understood his win condition, because every time I placed an item, my opponent would do whatever he could to mitigate the difficulty. This went on for a while. No matter what I tried, he had an answer. There was no clear path for me to gain an advantage, but time was ticking. Every time I place something difficult and he makes it easier, we're moving towards a map with a bunch of spread out difficulty, fulfilling his win condition. The longer this goes on, the more likely that I slip up and give my opponent the win. I need to find a winning move, and I need to do it.
Microphone arrived, let's go. Alright, I'll be back soon. Let's fix this horrible mess. Testing, testing. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. New mic. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Why does it sound so shit? Testing, testing. Testing, testing. I guess it's better, of course, but... Is this better, maybe? Testing, testing. How does it sound? Testing, testing. How does it sound? I guess maybe like 12. How's audio like all in all, I guess.
Just be 10 times slower, right?
I guess it's fine now, maybe.
Yes, well. Be 10 times slower, right?
I guess it's fine now, maybe.
Yes, well. Be 10 times slower, right?
I guess it's fine now, maybe.
Yes.
I think it's very good actually. Holy shit.
Now. At this point in time, I was known for speedrunning challenge maps and UCH, so people would specifically try to avoid placing any setups that required quick movement or precision. This is important to know because of this setup right here. Normally there's nothing difficult about this, just jump up between the spike ball and the wall. But as soon as you add a crossbow, the setup changes completely. With an arrow coming towards you, you have to be extremely quick. If I could get something like this set up, then I'd almost certainly win. The problem is that if I set up the arrow, it'll get nerfed immediately. The same way everything I place gets nerfed. But as Sun Tzu famously said, all warfare is based on deception. I had an idea. The entire game so far, I had been picking the most powerful items I could. But with 3 turns to go, I opted for a simple wooden plank. Sometimes you can still create difficulty with a non-hazardous block, but at a surface level, I opted to do nothing with it, so my opponent didn't bother counter-building against it. In the second box, what else do I see but the crossbow I'm looking for? My opponent was surely expecting me to place it here, creating my speed setup, but once again, I opted to do nothing. This arrow here doesn't make the map very difficult. If anything, I'm contributing to my opponent's goal by spreading out multiple easy setups. So once again, he chose not to counter-build and placed something somewhere else. The round played out and we both made it, so nobody scores. From an outside perspective, I was losing. I couldn't set up anything that gave me an advantage, and the longer this set goes on, the more likely it is that the less consistent player makes a mistake and drops a point. Maybe this is what my opponent thought, but I was actually one move away from checkmate. And lo and behold, when the first box came up, I had it. I placed these 3 wires down as quickly as I could, creating this tight precision. I'm good at precision, so it might seem obvious that this is a good move. But just placing something I'm good at isn't what makes this move so special. This move is special because there is not one single possible placement that can counter this. In competitive play, the only bomb we can use is dynamite, and dynamite can only remove 1 wire at a time. Even if you bomb this wire, the precision still remains, so that won't work. Normally, with precision, you can place a block to align yourself, nullifying all difficulty. But sideways wires have the unique property of being half a block wide, which means you can't align here with normal blocks. In any other situation, you could bomb this wooden plank to destroy all the wires at once, but if you do that, the wood is no longer blocking the arrow that I placed, and I get the original setup that I wanted to place. Until my final move, every placement that I had made was so innocuous that my opponent didn't even think to counterbuild against it. But by the time he could realize, there was nothing that he could do. Even if he did manage to counter it would take
Dick running himself too hard.
And once I have the advantage, every turn that he spends counterbuilding the first setup is a turn that I can place whatever I want without fear of getting countered. With his last item, he bombed the planks. The plan worked perfectly. The only thing left standing between me and winning this tournament was an execution test. He lost all of his lives trying to get past the arrow, but now the nerves were starting to creep in. If I can't score here, then it was all for naught. My first attempt, unsuccessful. 2 lives remained, but I wasted one of them by sliding down too early. With just one life left,
Bro
it
thinks
was
it's
now or
him.
never. I could feel my heart beating through my chest. Just one more try. This was it. With everything on the line, I pulled through. After struggling to find an advantage for the entire game, I won it all in a single move. Ultimate Chicken Horse is like chess, where you get to act as both the player and the pieces. I won this set by setting up a discovered attack, but if I failed the execution after, it wouldn't have mattered. By the same token, I could have won by foregoing strategy altogether if I were more mechanically skilled and didn't lack the consistency that my opponent had. I'll be the first to admit that this type of play is pretty rare to find, and the type of counter-building strategy that you normally see can be quite different. But there is so much depth to the strategy of this game that even this example, the best play that I've ever made, isn't enough to capture how wonderful it is. What's even more wonderful is that I've been lying to you a little bit in this video, because UCH isn't like chess, but it can be. UCH is like Super Meat Boy and Celeste, but not always. The beauty of UCH is that if you want to win by making deep strategic plays, you can. And if you want to win through an overwhelming mechanical capability, you can. Nothing personifies this better than the number 8 and the number 7 ranked players in the world. Selly, ranked 8th, is the least mechanically impressive top player that the game has ever seen. But that doesn't stop them from winning, because they have such a deep understanding of the game's strategy that they can win tournaments through strategic outplays alone. Madman, ranked 7th, is known for completely opting out of counter-building. Whatever gets placed, gets placed. Madman will play through it either way. He overcomes this disadvantage by being one of the most mechanically skilled players alive. It goes even deeper than this. The top 3 players of all time are Coldheart, Morphin, and Kiata. All 3 of these players got good through completely different means. Morphin has found a lot of success through practicing specific setups and getting better at them than anyone else, then placing them whenever he gets the chance. Kiata dominated during his era by trying to place things that were completely unique, that neither he nor his opponents had ever seen before, so that the game would be determined by your general mechanical skill rather than pre-practice muscle memory. Coldheart was not the most mechanically skilled player, and he wasn't good at counter-building, but he's the undisputed greatest player of all time because of his ability to learn so quickly. Even if his opponent plays something that he wasn't good at, he was able to learn how to do it better than them mid-game. UCH allows you to express yourself through the way that you approach it more than any game that I've ever played. So UCH isn't like Celeste. It isn't Mario Maker, and it isn't chess. UCH is UCH, because there's nothing else like it.
The man, the myth, the legend. The 15th. So that's in 10 days, yeah.
Oh, so you might do the same day. That's
Probably.
See you up there.
Yeah, hopefully. Alright, so we're going to Haya.
Yeah, we are going to Haya.
200 meters less elevation.
Yeah.
How can I increase the size of these?
It's really a good view.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, we saw a plane come as we landed.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Is this too big?
Wow.
Yeah, this is too big.
It's a great view.
Nice.
That right there is a road that goes like that.
Yeah.
I'll pass on that one, Chief.
Huh?
I'll pass on that. It's like insanely. Where's it lead to?
I don't know. It looks small.
That's not connecting to Lukla though.
They look like.
Okay. That's
It looks like a cycling path.
cycling path.
But we have to see it from some.
We have to go all the way down here and then all the way back up.
All the way back up.
All right. So every step down equals one step back up though. So today we're going down 200 meters.
Yeah.
And then from where we started at least. Okay.
I'm gonna use these sticks for it.
I'm good here, I think. Yeah.
Or is it?
It's closer than we were 30 minutes ago. 20 minutes ago, whatever it was. So that exposed rock right there?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've only been going downhill, so when does the uphill start? Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
I hate going downhill.
Yeah. So this is
Money spread?
no.
No.
This is 100 there. You see?
Oh, it's the same flower.
It's the same flower. So this is a national bird. No, national flower.
National flower, yeah.
Yeah, in every money you can see. So this is also, you can check this way also the original or the
Oh, cool.
The fuck is this?
It's starting to rain, so we're gonna. And look at all that mud. It's so muddy down there.
So there's a
Electricity?
It's a hydro.
Oh,
So they're taking road to there.
oh. Cool.
Sounds good project.
Wow. And the trek uphill starts now. We went all the way down. Up there. Now we have to go back up. Classic. That's okay though. I'd rather go uphill. Feels like you're making progress when you go uphill. There's like 1,000 flies around me. Just following me.
Wait, what? Hello? Okay, let's try Hummingbird. This looks actually perfect. What's not in use, I think? Maybe just Alt? What was it? Control FN? I don't have FN. Whoa. Is this Hummingbird? Or is this just Mac? What was that? It's open. Where? What? I should have read what it said. Oh no. Try just do Alt here. I can't even tell if this is hummingbird. It's not, right? Oh my god. System preference, security and privacy, accessibility. Security and privacy. That should be the permissions, right? Oh, there we go. Oh, that's nice. Holy shit. It's very laggy though. What the fuck? Oh, you can't have two. Okay. Yes. Alt command control. Oh, maybe not. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, this is actually insanely nice. What the fuck? I didn't realize how nice this would be. Like, make a small, go to it. Like, this is how it's supposed to be. Let's hope, when would I ever use Alt? You know what, I actually think I want to never move it. Just resize it. So moving it will be... Oh. Ooh, I don't know if I like that though. I guess it's fine. If I... So now if I press, I will always act on this one. Do I like that? I don't think I like that. I don't know if I like this either. I think I can overdo it. This is very smooth though, holy shit. Oh, it feels correct. I don't know. Look how quick you can. Look, earlier I had to like make sure it's exactly on these few pixels and then I can drag. I can just go like make it smaller, make it bigger. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm buying this, I don't care. Alright, okay, I'll wait, maybe try a few days, but here you go, how's it going alright. I already feel like this is necessary. Oh my god. Holy shit. Like, it's a bit lagging, but make less laggy. Okay, so you can make it free actually. Build Swift app. Make not reading chat, I'm reading chat. Sorry. Also new mic, is it good? My bad. We go like this. It's alright. Den er bedre da, ikke sant? Kom an, den er mye bedre. Den, altså... Come on. Test. Ok, shit. Altså, dette er før. Men dette er den nye mikrofonen, ok? Og nå går vi til mikrofonen. Ok, nå har den boostet veldig med lyden da. Ok. Ok, det er ikke så... Ok, jeg må snakke litt lavere. Vi kan gjøre sånn her, da. Dette er gamle mikrofonen. Ok, dette er ikke en fair test. Men ok. Dette er ny mikrofon igjen. Test. Ok. Den er mye bedre. Hva mener du? Den er verdt penger. Og også hører kråke, da. Ja, men det hadde jeg hørt med den kameraen. Og så jeg kunne hatt den rett foran munnen og perfekt optimalisert og sånt. Og det hadde vært mye bedre. Men det gidder jeg ikke. Så den står liksom i bakgrunnen bak monotonen nesten. Så den er liksom ikke noe stress. Så den er... Nå har jeg ikke den... Da slipper jeg å koble på noe på skjorta, eller... Den bare står i bakgrunnen. Og den er så mye bedre. Ok. Også, jeg vet ikke om du har sett Hummingbird. Det er sikkert noe lignende på Windows. Det burde du skaffe deg. Det er sykt bra. Holy shit. Altså, nå, ok. Dette er før. Ok, her er planen. Jeg skal flytte vinduet til siden, og så gjøre det større. Det var en operasjon jeg gjorde ofte. Dette er før, hvordan har vi gjort det? Sånn. Det er liksom vanskelig å treffe hjørnet. Den operasjonen jeg gjorde ofte. Dette er med Hummingbird. Ah, shit, ok. Det er litt ny å bruke, ok. Og det legger litt dessverre, men... Ok, dette er med Hummingbird. Side. Vi skjører. Det er så nice. Det er bare sånn... Jeg kan bare gjøre sånn. Basically, den deler opp vinduet i 4 hjørner. Fra midten her, og ut. Så bare holder jeg shortcuten min, og har musen i hjørnet. Og da liksom er det som at det er i hjørnet og resizer. Ok, så det er ikke Hummingbird som lager, det er bare applikasjonen sånn som resizer. Men det er jævlig nice. Og også, vent litt. Just get Windows. Nei. Det eneste kjipe nå er at disse ikke lokker, men... Men det er nice, liksom. Det er sånn... Program. Ok, det likte jeg ikke. Så ok, det er hvor det hover over som bestemmer. Men må klikke. Så basically jeg kan gjøre den her større. Uten å velge vinduet. I guess, men det er en vanlig sak for det. Det er nice, altså. Ok. Build Swift code. Jeg er syk, ass. Fortsatt. I don't have that emote. Men det er den jeg har, ikke? I know. Men nå er jeg faktisk syk også. Det begynner å gå litt bedre i dag da, men... But I'm struggling out here. Har lyst til å laste ned Swift for... Det er 90 kroner. Ja, ok, jeg bryr meg ikke sånn, ja. Så du var på vei til å bli syk. Ja. Bro, jeg hadde sånn 77 hvilepuls her forleden. Eller i går. I'm struggling out. 60, oh no, we're all getting sick. The games. Bro, jeg spiser så mye sjokolade og snacks og sånt. For å prøve å holde opp vekten. Men der går det en vekt fortsatt, altså. Jeg er på sånn 72 nå. Og jeg spiste det sånn... Etter middag i går så spiste jeg sånn... Sånn der... belgisk vaffel og proteinyoghurt og... brødskive med Nugatti og drakk protein-sjokolademelk. Og jeg prøver å holde liksom vekta oppe. Men jeg tror jeg mistet så sykt mye muskler, altså. Jeg har bare kokt et sykkeløk, ja. Når jeg kjører litt for hardt, så kjører det, ja. Rip. Jeg må ha så mye gains, altså. It's devastating out here. Mer næringstom. Hva mener du? Men jeg spiser... Altså, jeg tror jeg får meg nok, ass. Jeg kunne spist mer protein, sikkert, men... Men det er vanskelig. Jeg har ikke matlyst i det hele tatt, liksom. Congratulations on the test. Thank you. Bro, I was so lucky on the test. Wait, I'll show you. Wait. Bro, I completely... I felt like a fucking gigashot. Holy shit. Is it scanned? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, look at this. Okay, so the question is... find a function that sends u to 2,5 and v to 1,3 and find what f of x is. Like, what does the function send this to? And I was like, I thought for like a good chunk of time, how the fuck would I do this? And I couldn't figure it out. So I just sort of guessed the function and I got correctly. I was like, how would I do this? I don't know. And I was like, I just guessed the correct function. And it was the correct as well. So yeah, that was good. Also, this is horrible. I think this one is wrong, sadly, but I think the rest is correct. And if I don't get too many minus points from, I think I answered correctly still. So this might just be fine. I think this is wrong, but a correct answer. So let's not. This is correct. This is correct. These are correct. I guess the function correctly, so this is correct. This is correct. This is correct. This is correct. I have no idea if this is correct. I don't think I'm gonna get full points at least for this. And this is correct. So it's basically like it could be an A, but probably not. So I'm happy. I felt like such a giga chat for this one. Because to find this function you need to, there's like a page full of steps you need to take. Okay. I think there's like an example. Is there not? Like an example solution. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, we can go like this then. Let's see if it's correct. Yeah, you need to do this. I got the correct f of x though, at least. So it's probably correct. Does the f to wash the house? Fucking yes, see you later. Will work. Right. The fuck is this? Okay, never mind. I think it's correct. It's correct answer at least. So maybe I. And the function is correct for the 3 cases. So doesn't it by definition have to be correct? Like There's one function that solves the linear system of two vectors. Yeah, there has to be one, right? And if my function is correct for all the cases, then it has to be the correct function. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's go. Also, I'm so happy. I have a program that lets me resize windows super nicely. I have a ChatGPT button made. I have a terminal button. I have a fucking Wolfram Alpha button. I'm a happy boy now. Okay. By the way, I can't recommend enough how nice it's to have a ChatGPT button. Also, I just got this. It's called Hummingbird. I recommend that quite a lot. I just got it, but I think I'm actually in love with it already. You basically hold down your shortcut key, and then it basically for your window, it basically splits it into 4 quarters. And when you hold down the shortcut key over this quarter, it resizes it. So for example, I have it over this quarter now, and I can just resize it super nicely. It's super efficient as well, so I don't know. I find it super nice already.
That's where we're going?
Yeah.
It just feels like this is how computers should be. It's a bit laggy though, sadly. I think it's just because of my RAM, but yeah, it's super nice. Like, holy shit. Like, why isn't this... I feel like it's using a lot of my RAM, actually. The delay is probably insane. Alright, I can see now. I wonder if there's something similar for Windows. Yeah. I guess you can clone it yourself. Ooh, maybe not. This is Swift. Okay, maybe not. These are more like tiling managers. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I guess not, maybe. Make one yourself. Why can't Windows be Unix? Yeah. There's only one solution. Linux. Bro. Imagine if Linux was like super native for gaming. I would instantly switch. I guess you have CS Factorio. Okay, so the EA games won't work. Oh wait, never mind. Bro, I really want to get Linux on my home computer. Maybe even on my own computer. My laptop. Maybe. Okay. Would that work? Uh Bro, I just forgot to eat lunch. Okay, we don't need this, we need this. Guess we go like this. Okay. I'm gonna update the environment variable. Where? Why is it lagging? Ah, fuck, Netflix down again. Or is it everything? No, it's just let it fly. We back, let's go. Environment variables. Add variable. Five or three. Service unavailable error. Ah, there we go. Guess we have two API keys now. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. This should stop now. Work at time API key and double check that's correct. Work at time API key. Yep. Okay. Oh, wait, I did that incorrectly, I think. We should have netlify functions, right? Oh, wait. Was it supposed to be in this thing? I think so. Guess we'll wait and see. Okay, never mind. I guess. This was actually correct. Right. Ooh. Was it not curl? Okay. I actually need to make some lunch now. I'll be back. Hello. Okay, ChatGPT no work. If I host server, host a static website, host server, what the? I guess this could work. I'm not hungry at all. Okay, might just be walking up here, I guess. Yeah, okay. I guess that was the problem earlier as well. Okay. Let's see if it finds the environment variable. Maybe last 7 days isn't a thing. Yeah, not found. Okay. User. What's my username? I don't want to be sick anymore. Guess Nikolai Borberust. Users. Encoder URI component. Okay, let's just hardcode it. Do we print the response maybe? Bad request. Keep. Yes, it is. What? Can you not return? I have to return a response, maybe? What? Undefined. You need to like require it. Import and you look try big. Do I? I'm a bit sick, so probably a bit of a reason for that, but I'm not that tired. Okay, I think it's good now. Leaked to the masses, holy shit. Where the fuck is it printing it? Oh. Nice. Okay. I guess what was it? Serverless function? Damn, what was it? Netlify, not this maybe? Fuck. Netlify. Functions. Holy. Oh fuck. Holy, what? Bro. Bro, I'm actually dying. You know, I get why you say I'm tired, or I look tired. Holy shit. What the fuck is this? Like, what the... This was like old women that say, oh look, my eyes look tired. This is actually, they're actually dark blue, like what? I saw it in the mirror as well. You can't even see it that well here. They're like... I get, I get why I look tired. Okay. That should not return false. Oh shit, that's wrong. The pain of web coding. I think probably. It's of type unknown. Cool. I'm pretty sure this is correct. So I to understand this. Can I get every heartbeat? Damn, this is just correct. All of it. Good shit, good shit. But at what cost? Oh, I don't know. The mental state. Time to crack open a cold one. Let's go. We're so back. Holy shit. Active. What? No. Doesn't this work? I think it just breaks it actually. Oh. What did I do? What did I do? Oh, it's nothing. Okay. Oh. Fuck. Okay. Oh, fuck. I think walk down return seconds. Uh-oh, the crash is beginning. Oh no. Jesus Christ. Det der er noen store fall her, altså. Well. The profit is gone. Oh, this sucks. I only rendered this snippet inside here. So if I want to check if there's second is defined, I can't do it here. It doesn't see it. It's not smart enough. So that's where I need to go like. Like this. So okay, that's annoying. Start to seconds, it's 0. I guess that's mobile view. Ah, there we go. Good shit. Currently programming. If currently programming. If status active. What the fuck didn't I need to have that defined? What? Hello? 0? No. Local additional seconds amount. Can I go like? It should be inside, really. Oh. Bombaklat. Bombaklat. Oh. Holy shit. I think it works. We win this. I did some coding today as well, so I should be proud, you know. It wasn't only web coding. It was pretty much only web coding. Okay, let's pray to the gods.
It's a truck, big truck for us. They're
That's
coming
a
down.
truck?
Yeah.
We have to pass a truck? The orange.
The truck?
Yeah.
Holy sketch.
Before there was a very good pet.
That's
They
the...
changed, so now I don't know, maybe they have
Is
shop.
that the same road the Kumbu Resort guy was showing us?
Sorry?
Is that the same road the Kumbu Resort guy was showing us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the same road.
Oh my...
It's probably very bad.
My god.
I've been pushing the RAM use a bit too much a few times. Oof. Okay, let's restart.